Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us on the finale of It's Whitney Rae's Crown Chat show. Thank you guys so much for coming. Before we get into it, I hope that y'all been having a great week. I know that it's the month of love, February. So I just wore this for y'all, like throwing the roses and then the hearts.
It's really cute.
It's giving vintage thrift store. And love.
It really is. It's really cute.
Thank you. So, guys, before we get started, today's show is about panures. Now, let me get into it. Panures, all types of panures. You got the womanpreneur, you got the mompreneur, you got the solopreneur, a lot of the panures, right? All right, this is that show, okay? If y'all know, I love to talk about all different things on my show, but it has to connect to things that I understand myself. Me being one, a solopreneur, also being just an entrepreneur itself, and being a womanpreneur. So it's a lot that goes into it. Now, one part that I'm not is a mompreneur. And so I had to bring on a mompreneur because I'd be like, I know how I do it, solopreneuring it, womanpreneuring it, but mompreneuring it, that's something else. So today I want y'all to meet my amazing guests, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Introduce your what? Introduce yourself. Introduce your what? Introduce yourself. Introduce your what? Introduce yourself. Come on, you ain't gotta be so serious. Introduce yourself.
Okay, girl.
All right, who wants to go first?
Okay, I guess I'll go first. So, my name is T Styles.
Tell them in the cam.
My name is T Styles, and I am a mompreneur, an entrepreneur. I'm trying
Womanpreneur.
to be womanpreneur. I'm trying to be a
All of the above.
entrepreneurs, all of the above. I am the owner of Trillock Tribe. Okay,
Tell them about it.
And I help individuals with the integrity of their locks, and also with the integrity of who they are with their locks, and to also help them embrace their confidence in their crown.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm glad you came on to Crown Chats, because a lot of people always ask me, like, why would you put Crown Chats in there? Because I think something about our crowns and our hair, because I mean, look at us. If y'all don't see, these women look flawless. Flawless. Okay. But our crowns, we have our external crowns, but we have our internal crowns.
Absolutely.
So you give people a little boost of confidence with those locks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also help them be real, be true about what it is that's comfortable with you.
Right.
And who you are, not only in the mirror, but of course in the public eye, because locks have not such a good image from other people.
Really. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But you also have to be confident within yourself with who you are and what you walk in.
Agreed.
So, Trillock Tribe and be a part of the tribe, being real with who you are.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Introduce yourself. Introduce your what? Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Right.
I love the energy.
My name is Jalen. I am the owner of Part OCD.
Yeah.
I call mine Lock Babies.
Okay.
I love them, but a lot of my clients aren't locked. They don't have locks. So I still try to, let's just say, I've tried to find my niche, because
Right.
I've been doing hair since I was in high school, just to like make it through, because high school for me was COVID. So money was money. Like, so I was at work and I was doing hair, but I didn't like braiding. I didn't like, adding hair be everywhere. I don't like it. So once I started doing locks, it was repetitive, but it was something that you could continue to make it neat, or continue to find ways to make it different.
Yes.
It's not something that's always gonna be the same. Everybody's head is different.
Everybody's head is different.
And I love that. So I changed my niche, and here we are. But this is my first year as a loctician.
Welcome, honey.
Okay.
Right. Welcome. It's beautiful over here. Welcome to the group chat.
I like it. I'll make an official year in October.
That's amazing.
But, I don't really want to label myself as a loctician, because I'm in culinary school. So I'm still a student.
She's a studentpreneur.
Yes, I'm still a student. But I still want to be able to do that.
Yes, and you can.
Yes, and I will.
I love it. I love the energy. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for coming on to It's Whitney Rae's Crown Chat Show.
Absolutely.
I really wanted y'all to be guests for a standpoint of, I think we all hit entrepreneurship in a different way. Even with y'all both having companies that y'all do hair, locks, it's still different journeys.
Absolutely.
And one thing about this show is understanding the perspective of not just one, but multiple.
Many.
Yeah.
Right.
And people can come up with their own illusion of what they want. I don't know about y'all, but whenever I became an entrepreneur, I didn't have too many other people saying, hoorah, do that. How was y'all's experience whenever y'all started out being entrepreneurs? Now, there's two perspectives I'm looking for. Jalen, yours from being a student, and then T, yours from being a mompreneur.
Okay, so for me, in my family, I am the first in my family to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And also a hairstylist. Okay. Right. So when I was coming up going to beauty school, it was not realistic. It was not a real job. It was you just playing around with it type of job.
This is
just something that you're doing for right now.
Yeah,
right?
It's your little hobby on the side.
But I've always knew I wanted to do hair. I've been doing hair since I was in middle school.
Okay.
So this has always been what I knew I wanted to do.
Right.
So for me, when I actually decided to go forth and do it, when the first time when I thought I was going to go to beauty school, I ended up getting pregnant straight out of high school.
Okay.
Okay. So straight out of high
school.
So for
the people that say I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because I got pregnant. This is a story
right
of
here.
You can still do it despite whatever you're going through.
Whatever you're going through. And,
I'm listening.
And I'm gonna peel back the layers and be very transparent for y'all. Okay. So when I decided to go to beauty school and I got pregnant, the current school that I was enrolled, I paid my money and everything. When I found that I was pregnant before it was my first day, I told them and they didn't allow pregnant women to go to school at the time.
Hold up, what?
Yes, at that particular beauty school.
Girl.
Yes, I know, right? So I couldn't go.
Let me get my fan ready.
I had to get a refund on my money. Okay.
You better refund my money.
Because don't play with me.
And my baby.
Don't play with me.
Because you're pregnant.
Because I was pregnant. Okay.
We're not gonna talk about this.
That got put on hold. Okay. I went through this whole roller coaster of not really knowing if I really wanted to do it because my family didn't support it. It wasn't a real job for at least the first, I would say, probably 5 years.
What?
So in between that time,
hold up, what?
Yes, honey. My uncle told me one time, when you gonna go and get a real job? Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was not a lot of support. I didn't have a support system when I decided to be an entrepreneur and be a hairstylist. But anywho, moving forward, so in between those 5 years, okay, I had 3 kids.
Okay.
Right. I only got 2 baby daddies. Okay, I don't got a bunch of baby daddies. I'm a mompreneur with 5 kids. Okay, and I look good.
Tell them.
Anyway.
I look good.
Oh my God.
I look
so good. Okay, so in between that 5 years when I was trying to decide whether or not I really wanted to go because there was no support system there, I didn't think that I could go because I didn't have so many kids. It was unrealistic. Okay, and in between this time period, I became a dancer. Okay, because money needed to flow. Okay,
I
was talking
money needed to flow.
Myself.
That era was a strong.
When I had my first child, I was 19. I was 19 years old and had my first child. And in between those 5 years, I had 3 more kids. So I had a lifestyle that I had to attain to. Okay. And I had 3 kids. So anywho, I became a dancer and I was working at the same time. Okay. So when I decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna really do this. On the side, I was still doing hair. I'm still doing everything within the hair business, doing hair outside my house. I'm going to people's house doing hair. I'm hustling. I'm hustling. So then I decided to go
I don't want to be
to beauty school
at all
because I got tired of dancing. Pretty much, I just got tired of it.
It could be a lot. Could it be a lot? Like,
Dancing
on top of beauty
Working,
school,
all
on
of
top
that.
of being a mom.
Mompreneur.
Yeah, it sounds like, based on what you're saying, like that could be a lot to take in.
It is. And it's a lot that moms have to go through, especially if you're a single mother
Yeah,
trying to take care of these babies.
right.
People don't really realize what us moms, single moms, black mamas have to go through to
Right.
raise these babies.
Right.
It's a lot, and it's a lot that's put on our shoulders, and everybody think that a black woman is a superhero, and we're not. And the moment that we look like we weak, then oh my gosh, now she needs some help. Now she needs to go do that. Well, before, when I was trying to be a superhero, you weren't trying to help me.
Right. Do you think that one thing that you have noticed, and Jalen, feel free to chime in on this, but that y'all have noticed that because being a black woman, that sometimes it's like you're stronger. Like it's automatically like you are this strong person.
You can do it.
You can do it. Like it was funny. I was telling somebody, I was just going through some things. Life be lifing. And they're like, well, when did you beat breast cancer? And I said, what does that have to do with me being strong?
Absolutely.
Sometimes people assume because you went through a journey, such as motherhood, they assume, well, you're strong enough for the next battle. What if I didn't breathe from the last battle?
And I went through a lot. I lost my mother early.
Really?
So I had to learn how to become a woman, become a mother on my own through people that I thought was a good mom, or people who kind of took me in as their, goddaughter or whatever. I had to learn how to do that stuff on my own. And it was one of those things where you done made it through. You're gonna be all right.
Wow. Jalen, what can you say to that? Like, have you experienced this same type of journey going through being an entrepreneur, a womanpreneur, a studentpreneur, a solopreneur? Like, have you experienced this same type of journey? Being just even the strong black woman.
When I started, it was, when I started, I did, okay. I never wanted to ask anybody for anything. So I've been like an entrepreneur, or I've been just wanting to do it on my own. So I was thinking I can get a job at 15. So I was like, who gonna hire me? But of course, as soon as I turned 16, I'm buy my money. But I realized really fast that I did not like that stuff. But since the only places that was hiring me was fast foods and restaurants, I realized really fast that I like food.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I ended up where I am. And I lost my pop really early, but I still have my mom. So I'm glad that I still get to, experience being a woman in that way. But it was stuff that not having a dad can teach you, like, y'all not gonna pick me up from school, or you know what I'm saying, or can he pick me up from school? It's certain things that chimed into me being like how I am, if that makes sense. So why I wanted to be an entrepreneur, like, cause
so
I'm already
it sounds like you had a lot of support. It sounds like you had a lot of support with women. So
it was
you had that support that you saw, like, women in certain roles, and you're like,
so if they could do it, I can do it. That's what it was. If I could see it, because it was really it really wasn't any men around at all.
Yeah.
So, and then me being young, y'all think I'm about to do this? Like, because just because she young, she can, girl, no. Yeah. And when you finally develop your voice to say, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
They be looking at you crazy. Like, no. I started with the foreign exchange market. Okay. And I learned about that early, and I learned that it is real and it does work. But you do have to, it's just like anything else, you have to be a student first. And you actually do have to learn, because just like everything else, it's changing. And nobody believed me. Right. Like, and I'm like, you making money doing what? Where you getting money from? You ain't got no job. Mind your business. If you ain't finna help me or support me or whatever the case may be, or sit down and listen to me tell you about it at least, we don't got nothing to talk about.
How have you been able to be flexible with being a student and being an entrepreneur? I mean, I've also been through this journey of being a student and an entrepreneur, but how has this journey been for you, being a student, a culinary student, and then also being an entrepreneur that you do hair? I mean, they're in two different roles.
People look at you crazy. you don't know what you
You're
want to do.
creative.
Yeah, people like, you don't know what you want to do. Are you sure you want to be here? Or when I tell people I got appointments today, they be like, what you doing? Or you go to work where you
Appointments for
work.
what?
Yeah, like, I'm a loctician. Oh, you do hair or what's that? And it's kind of like, yeah, it's very much what's that.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
But
What's that?
heavy on the yes, I have appointments today, and yes, I'm going to work, and yes, I have culinary school in the morning.
Mhm.
Like, it's it's not hard. It's not.
Right.
Because like I
Commitment.
said, once I develop my voice to say what I said what I said. I'm going to work,
Yeah.
and this is what I do. But the dreams that I have and the things that I want to do, it's all gonna fold in one day, and you gonna
So
see it.
Right.
one thing that I'm getting from
And it's
both
gonna
of
make
y'all
sense.
is y'all had to be y'all's first big cheerleader.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's the biggest thing. If anybody can grasp today, as far as being a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, a womanpreneur, a mompreneur, it's before you can pour out to anybody else, you got to make sure that self is good, right?
Support you before anybody else support you.
Right. So
I'm still
I like
doing that
playing
right now.
games, y'all. So we're gonna take a game break. Okay. So I got this thing because it's called 50 Ways to Take a Break. Okay. And so what I want to know is just our little game time. As entrepreneurs, what are things that you have done to take a break for self or self rejuvenate? What have you done to do to be able to make sure that you are the best you to pour out and be creative in your gift?
So for me, my getaway break time is me roller skating. That's like my happy
I can't skate to
place.
save my
She
life.
actually is the person that got me onto roller skating. That's so yes, because you okay, I'll tell you about it, but go ahead, tell me.
I roller
skating.
skate. When I originally started roller skating when I was much younger, but as I got older, I got away from it. But roller skating is just really just a happy place for me.
It's
Like,
very
I get in,
therapeutic.
yeah, it's very, very therapeutic when I could just get out there and just lay everything on the wood. Nothing else matters. Yeah, the wood, baby.
Right.
Wood.
Okay.
I'm talking about
Nothing
another wood.
matters. Nothing exists. Everything pauses when I'm on the floor
That's amazing.
for me.
Okay. What about you, Jalen?
I've had a lot of ways, but that's one thing I'm trying to learn. I haven't been by myself in a very long time, so trying to learn things that you like on your own is
dating
it's
yourself.
hard. Yeah, it's kind of hard, but I am part OCD, so I really do have OCD in real life. So I clean up a lot. So anything that helps me feel organized makes me feel better. Like I can clean up. That makes you feel good. So much better.
Okay.
Like if I can wash some sheets real quick,
baby,
Really?
and light that candle, vacuum right quick, I'm finna
Mhm.
go to bed.
Girl,
That's
ain't nothing like a clean house, honey.
That's
Baby.
because
But
I
the
don't
candles
know,
lit.
and
Look,
now
I'm
I know
trying
how
to
to
see if
make
they have
bread,
that on
girl. I'm
here.
finna eat me a piece of bread
See,
and
because
go to bed.
you a whole chef. Because you a
and
whole
go to
chef.
bed after I clean up, eat, and go to bed.
So they're on 50 Ways to Take a Break, and this is just because I care to pour into y'all's mental health and y'all to take time for self and pour into self, because as entrepreneurs, one thing that I've noticed is like we don't have time to sit on the phone and be talking about, hey girl, da, da, da. So this is my time with my entrepreneur friends of, hey girl, let me help you with your mental health real quick. Okay.
Right.
And let me teach you some ways to make sure that you be the best you. And now keep it going. You got it. Okay. Dab it up. You know what I'm saying? So this is me being able to pour into y'all. Okay. So 50 ways to take a break. One, you can call a friend. Sit in nature. I like to do grounding techniques, like put my feet in the grass or whatever.
Not outside, baby.
Okay. They have roller skating on here. Taking a bike ride, going to the park, turning off electronics, eat a meal in silence, writing in a journal, taking deep belly breaths, do a guided relaxation thing, taking a bath, lighting a candle. Who said candle?
Me.
Yep. So both, and listen to music, take a nap.
Music too for me.
One thing that I've been doing recently as an entrepreneur is one thing that I know is my business is always going to be needed.
Absolutely.
I'm always going to need to do something for my business. I'm always going to need to do something to pour into my business. But in order for me to pour in it to be the best me and give the best product, I have to make sure I have checks with myself.
Absolutely.
And we were talking about, Jalen, you said that you're going to start dating yourself more. Well, I took myself on a date and I invited some friends. I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to go roller skating because I bought them long time ago. Long time ago. When you sent me the link years ago.
Really?
Yes, because I saw you doing it and it looked so fun. I used to love to rollerblade. Not roller skate, rollerblade. I was the OG, triple OG. You know what I'm saying? And so, I would get that curve, just, like doing track.
Rollerblading and roller skating with
two different things.
Two totally different worlds.
Exactly. So I was over there, I used to, and so whenever I saw you doing it and you were like, hey, you invited me to a few things, but girl, I was just in one of them times.
Well, let me invite you out again.
Okay.
There's an annual Houston skate jam.
Okay.
Rolling Roundup.
Okay.
Next week.
We in Houston, y'all.
Okay. Houston Rolling Roundup.
Okay.
Y'all come out, have fun. People from all over the world come and skate. I mean, from everywhere. So Chicago.
But see, this is the thing. This is what I experienced whenever I went. People was like, okay, like on track, whenever you ride, you ran track, either one of y'all? Yes. Did track? Okay. In doing track, like if you run it and somebody come and they say track. Well, I don't know lingo for roller skating.
Okay, you got to learn the rules. You got to learn the rules because you get towed up and ran over out there.
Yeah. So somebody kept saying outside. And I'm over here, you got to move it and groove it. I'm over there trying and I got my lollipop.
Listen, let me give you a quick little 1, 2 real quick. Okay. When you on the floor, if you ever happen to go skating too, when you're on the floor, okay, the very, very outside lane closest to the wall is the fast lane, okay? Do not be in the fast lane going slow, okay?
I think they should do an orientation.
They're not. It's just like a untold rule in the skate world. If you know, you know. If you don't, then somebody will tell you if you get ran over.
Right.
And the inside is the more slower lane. On the outside is the fast lane.
Well, I had to figure out the hard way because they said outside too. And I had, again, I be in my own world. Again, ADHD, OCD, all of the above when I say I'm diagnosed. So I be like, and then I feel like somebody trying to come for me all the time. What's up? What's up? And then my friends like, what's up? I'm like, oh, they were saying something about outside. I ain't going outside. I don't want to go outside. I'll tell you that hood side. I'll be like, calm down.
You can't help yourself.
And so I'm like, I ain't trying to go outside. All I'm trying to do is skate in here. And they was like, no, the outer. And I was like, but there ain't no rules. I promise you. And thank God somebody was there that knew me. Yeah. It's actually one of my old hairstylists. She was like, hey, let me explain.
But it's always good to have somebody like that because some people don't care and they won't tell you nothing.
No, because that's what people was doing. Yes. And I think, but okay. We went off, but that's okay.
You know now.
Right. So y'all, if anything, I want y'all to learn, take breaks for yourself, date yourself, because before you can pour out to anybody else, you got to make sure that you pour into yourself. Okay. So back to other questions. How has y'all's mental been as being entrepreneurs? And be real. Because everybody I want to be my own boss. I want to be my own boss. Okay. You're going to be your own boss when you...
Experiencing my first slow season in everything is like, oh. Let's go to church about it. That's what I do.
Let's go to church.
Because I really... But my mental health is better than it used to be.
Okay.
Sometimes, like I say, I do just go to church about it. It make me feel better.
Would you, if you knew what it did to you, if you knew what you knew now, would you still be an entrepreneur? Would you jump into the world of entrepreneur for your mental? If you knew what it would do to your mental?
I would have did it earlier.
Oh.
How long you been an entrepreneur?
She been an entrepreneur.
You been entrepreneuring, huh?
Anyway,
that's what
I
we're gonna
can
say.
get my hands on some money, I was gonna do it. I'm not saying I was just
hustler.
I'm not just saying I was doing
Hustler.
anything, but I'm just saying like if I could get my hands on some money, I'm gonna do it.
Hustler.
And there's
101.
everybody in my
Period.
family growing up around a bunch of women. Everybody in my family has a cosmetology license,
Okay.
but you can't get a license to be a loctician. You can just be.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, look,
Let's talk about it.
But I also want to get my question on your.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? You have to go to cosmetology school, and I consider that a lot. But it's only so much they can teach me doing what I'm doing.
They're not going to teach
so
us
it's
how
like,
to do locks.
Exactly.
They don't
So
recognize
this is a frustration in the lock
and that's what I want.
community.
Yeah.
In the beauty industry.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. If there's a way.
So what is it?
Yeah.
Locticians are not recognized as real people.
Degraded.
Really?
We are not looked
bottom
at
of the barrel.
as absolutely the bottom of the barrel.
I'm talking about there's like, we can even put wig installers up there. People who do laces, we can even put them at the top of the list. We can put them at the top of the list. We can even put braiders in between them.
We're at the bottom.
Why?
We can even put like Africans in the middle somewhere. We're like scrubbing the ground.
Locks in general are not looked at as a real style, because a real hairstyle. It's very looked down upon.
But it's a lot that goes into it.
Only because we identify it as, well, not only because, but we do have the term of saying locks is not a style. This is a lifestyle. Because
absolutely
you cannot,
girl, because you do have to have
you want some instant locks, and then one day you're going to wake up and say you don't want them no more, and you're going to want me to come with mine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Do that. But at the end of the day, it's like, what about the ones who been here for a long time? What about the 11-year people who want something different?
Let's talk about how it started trending. Let's talk about how locks started trending, and everybody wanted it.
Y'all. Oh, everybody know how to do a retwist.
Everybody.
And I'm not trying to throw slugs, but that bothers me.
Why?
Because then they come to us looking for reconstruction.
Hello.
I'm not doing it.
Hello. Let's speak on.
And you're mad at the price.
We're going to church.
You're mad at the price.
Look, I'm just.
A lot of people do not understand when they looking at the price. Absolutely. I'm sorry. That is what it is. And my business is small, babe. I'm still under 1,000 followers, babe. But I have a village. They love me. I love them.
That's good.
Tribe.
So
it really do. It really do take a tribe to get that support, because people don't really understand what really goes into you really getting locks. Like, I ain't gonna cut you off, but people don't understand, especially for women. Let's just talk about women in general.
Okay.
When they transition from wearing their hair, because some women haven't even worn their real hair and don't even know what they look like with their real hair.
Yeah.
And then they transition
like,
into having locks,
same stuff.
and they not realizing, well, I don't think I look cute, or I don't know. It's just
it's
that
part. So it's a
mental complex that you have to really come to terms with about locks for certain people who really don't know what they're getting themselves into.
A lot of guys do the same thing.
Really?
Absolutely.
But it's bigger on women. A lot of guys do the same thing, because for them it's like, okay, I'll cut it off, I get a haircut. But it is deeper for women, because I'm not cutting my hair off.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
like,
it's a lot of women who start their locks too, and then just put a wig back on, because they haven't become comfortable with the way that they look, or the transition in phases.
And then when they get mad when the phases start happening, because you done put the wig back on, girl. Like,
so in a sense, as a loctician, y'all are lowball, but then you have to be the most confident builders.
Baby, we the therapist, we the doctor, we are.
Yeah, that's why I want
the mamas to them, because we got to stroke them and let them know
you still beautiful. I do have kids. Yeah. Yes, I do have a lot of them, girl.
Absolutely.
That's why you call them what? What do you call them?
Lock babies.
Lock babies.
Yeah, I love them.
Yes. Yeah, that's amazing.
It's a lot that goes into being a
loctician
and being not recognized.
So despite being in an industry that is looked down upon, how do y'all still persevere?
I stand on business about locks. Let me just say that.
I stand on 10 toes.
I stand on business about the lock game, and about the lock industry, and about my lock people, about my tribe, because y'all gonna put some respect on us.
There we go.
That's just simply what it is.
You realize who your customers and clients are, because when the price go up, when the services change, when you stop doing certain stuff, when you stop cutting corners and stuff, you realize who your customers are, and you realize who your clients are. And that's what keep you going when you gain them clients. Everybody's not a client.
You bring a valid point. Have y'all noticed in this entrepreneurial world that we live in, like, you've had to figure out who's your client, who's your cheerleaders, who, like, because you assume, oh, that's been my friend since X amount of years, and in reality, that's not your client.
Girl, let me just say this: your biggest fan,
they probably not even a customer.
Your biggest fan will be a stranger.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Your biggest hater will be somebody that you know.
They probably in your house. They
probably do live with you.
They probably in your house. I'm sorry, I hate to say it. They probably in your house.
Absolutely.
Like,
can we talk about it? Can we go to church on that part?
Can we please? Let's talk
the
about
haters.
It.
Well, I'm not even more so on the haters. It's more so the fact of having to accept. I think for me, I was really surprised. Like, say for instance, during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I do the breast cancer shirts, and I'm like, hey guys, get a shirt. The most people that are strangers, how much the link? Oh, real quick and hurry. But your cousins and them.
When her shirts went out, like 2-3 people in class bought them. So I'm not understanding why y'all.
They was like, "What's the link?" Boom. I said, my own students were able to automatically do it, and then you got family members that's like, "So,
how much is it?
Right, for a t-shirt?
How much I gotta pay?
What's my discount?"
I don't want to hear that question in public no more. That make me itch.
Let me just say, the family members that pay what we charge, we appreciate you. And don't ask for a discount.
Can I ask a question? How many family clients do you have? How many of your clients are family members?
I could probably count on one hand.
Oh.
I could probably count on one hand. And let me just say that they wasn't my first customers.
Yes.
They came after my big hurdle of finally getting my big...
That's another.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
when I first was beginning, they weren't there.
Can we talk about that? Because that's another thing. The people that come on board once they see what you're doing, right? Oh, hold on.
I don't know. I don't know if it's my baby. Hello.
Look, children come first. Okay, that's a priority. So, y'all know she's a mompreneur.
Yes,
y'all, but this is important. One thing that I really want people to understand is being an entrepreneur is not an easy thing. No, you're good. But it's an understandable thing, right? Jalen, so what are some things that you've been able to do to work through your mental as far as like being an entrepreneur and keep going?
Don't make me cry.
Hey, this is my show. This is how it is. Yeah. It's just like it was in class.
I really haven't done much.
Yeah. You just keep going.
That's why I was so ready to get out of that lady class that I was in at first, because it really was going to school for me. So for you to make it uncomfortable or hard for me to do what I need to do, and this is something that I'm using for my mental health, right. I don't want to, and it's making me feel like I don't want to do it no more. Right.
So one thing that I'm hearing you say is you've had to, in order to keep going as far as an entrepreneur, you did school, and school was your outlet to not have to focus. It's like your other creative part of your mind that you're saying, hey, this is going to help me be creative in this way.
And I lacked a lot of structure. Okay. So going to school gave me like, oh, I got something to do. So let me,
because being an entrepreneur,
organize for this. Struggle. I mean, not struggle. Structure this. You know what I'm saying? Figure this out, and then I don't know. And once I decided I'm gonna do this for real, I want my business for real, then I was like, oh, this give me something else to do. Yeah. I was like, oh, let's structure this.
That's good.
Let's make this look a certain way.
That's good.
When it makes me feel like I don't even want to do that no more, I know something wrong.
Yeah.
So I'll be trying to.
Well, I'm glad that you realized, hey, within yourself, hey, I need structure. Right. I need something to guide me. A lot of people, it is a discipline when being an entrepreneur. You have to find disciplines as far as disciplining yourself. Like you could probably be out all day if you wanted to, but you're like, oh, I gotta do this. I probably gotta put out content. I gotta get clients. You know, like you have to make your own schedule, right?
You do, and you sacrifice a lot, but I'm really young, so they expect you to. You can party in your 20s and do your big one, as they say. But I did the party and stuff really early. Like I said, I was a dancer too, so like I went to the club.
Yes, y'all have a lot in common.
Right. We cried already.
Really?
But yeah.
That's good. Okay. So we're talking about she's had to do being a student and being able to her being a student has been her outlet of being an entrepreneur. Like sometimes you have to find your creative things. For me personally, one thing that has helped me to kind of be my outlet with not being so boggled into my entrepreneurial world is painting. Like my dad is an artist, my brother is an artist, and I used to always think like I'm not an artist because I'm not like them, but I feel like it's based on who the artist is, right? And
what your art is.
Right.
It's literally a quote on my phone that says,
what says what?
Not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere.
Wow, that's a confirmation.
That came from Ratatouille.
Hey, I love it. But I found out that painting was my thing to outlet, and despite the fact that it looks imperfect, I realized just like myself, my imperfections make me perfectly who I am.
Absolutely.
And so imperfect painting that doesn't have, it's not perfect like how other certain technical artists are. It doesn't matter because I just think that if you take that time, like I feel like, because being a person that is diagnosed with OCD, it's like you have to, I'm like, it has perfection. Like this has to be like this. This has to be like this.
And if it's not like this,
if
I'm
it's
gonna
not,
be upset.
yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. So when I started getting, what I ended up actually starting to do is, at Project Row Houses in Third Ward, they have an art therapy class, and it was really cool. And again, in my healing and growing journey, this is just something that I found. And going through art therapy class, they would have you paint, like you paint something, and then you describe what you felt from that. And the first class, it was so hard. It was so hard because also being someone that's OCD, and I don't know if you want to talk more on Jalen, but OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. So somebody that obsessively compulse on certain things that probably is not a big thing, a big deal to most
don't matter to other people.
Yeah, like one trigger, I guess you could say, word that really bothers me is like when people say you're really overthinking that, and it's like,
I hate that word. Overthinking. I feel like thinking outside the box
enough,
right? And I feel like thinking outside the box is mandatory.
I have a question.
Okay, what's up?
I tend to.
Oh, thank you.
Overthink, like they say, into certain things. So, are y'all like diagnosed with this, or this just kind of happened?
I'm diagnosed.
She said this just kind of happened.
Some people, I'm not gonna lie.
A lot of people, it does just kind of happen, and people tell you, and you don't notice, like
until you do get diagnosed. Like for instance, a lot of people would say you got ADHD, but it wasn't until I was just this year that I got diagnosed with ADHD. Okay, so sometimes people can see the symptoms because they more than likely been diagnosed with it. Like for me, being diagnosed with certain things, I can sometimes see whenever I have my students, this student got ADHD, you know, this student got this. And so that's why in my doctorates, I ensure that I learn to different people's learning styles, because when people are diagnosed with different things, they learn differently.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
And you got to connect to them in a different way. She, being one of my previous students, could tell you 1 minute we we did some crazy stuff, did we not?
Like, guys. It's needed though. I feel like you always have to be a student, but you need that. Like a lot of people learn with pictures. A lot of people have to read. A lot of people have to I don't know. I have to
touchy
see.
feely.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people have to be. What do they
Yeah,
call
I'm
them?
a- I'm a
Tactile
visual.
learners and
Yes.
stuff like that. Like
There's
a
the
lot of you have to.
kinesthetic.
Yes, you have to know because you can't teach that person
Right.
if and then you get upset with their outcome because you didn't help them in the beginning.
And I don't know about y'all, but this is, you know, in the teacher world for me and just the entrepreneurial world, if people ain't getting it, then I need to do something within me. It's not a them problem, it's a me problem. So if I, you know how like sometimes I've seen it where professors, instructors are like, well, they failing, that's on them. No, that's on you. Why did you not take the time to be able to understand what's working for them? Why are you waiting to a survey to start changing it?
Especially if it's multiple people.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see if it's like one or two who probably not catching the gist.
Right.
But if you can see that it's more, if it's more,
like you got a big turnaround rate. Like I've seen instructors that were prideful, like, yeah, nobody was able to pass my class. Okay, you need to go.
That's a problem.
That's a problem for you.
That's a major
everybody
problem.
say, oh, her class hard. Why?
Why? What are you doing? What are you changing? And I think, you know, this is a challenge for those that are out there. And I tell people all the time, I'm still working on my doctorates because this right here is a visual example of how people learn differently. People have their own distinctive learning style, and it's based on a lot of things.
And
it might
environment,
be
trauma,
the environment,
how
the
how
people in
how
the
you grew up, how she grew up,
raised.
how, you know, you might be used to music playing. Like me, I always growing up, I always had music playing, and that's why I love music.
Me too.
I love music, but then again, I hate noise.
See, and that's another thing. So it's like, how do you get somebody that loves music in the class, but then doesn't like music? You break it up in segments. You see what I'm saying? And I think when people take the time to really learn people and understand people, it takes having conversations. So my first day of meeting my students is always like,
oh my God,
it's something we doing.
Her own candy.
I'm dating.
Basically,
I'm dating you. Am I not?
Basically.
I'm dating. This is why I'm telling you, my suit will cut for me before my own family.
Her own candy, literally.
I mean, literally. And it's because I took the time to say, who are you? And how can I show up for you in this season in your life? But I think that if this is something that I practice in the classroom, I think if we use this as far as even as entrepreneurs, stop doing the crab effect and assuming like, oh, you stay in the lane of what you do best. I stay in the lane of what I do best. But guess what? Why don't we, hey, this my girl, she does this. This my girl, she does this. One day she might need a break.
Network.
Hey, I'm gonna send you over here to my girl over here.
I'll be quick because I'm like I said, the environment. When I say I'm not gonna do it, I'll send you a lady. I be for real. I be so serious. And especially because I'm still traveling. Like I'm building my shop, right? So it's take a little longer than expected, but still,
bit by bit. But the fact that you are able to do that is really good.
It's admirable.
Because there is a lot of things within the beauty industry where people are not okay with doing it.
Yeah.
They're afraid to give their money away.
And yeah, I am. Well, I was, but I always knew that you gotta invest in yourself first. Absolutely. And I never figured it like how my grandmother or my mom sees it, because you stuck in 1978. You know what I'm saying?
Back in my day,
you gotta come up some, because I can't do it like that. I mean, I can, but I guarantee you it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Because that's just not life right now. Like I can't do it how you was doing it back then.
Right.
However, I'm gonna do it now, so I'm gonna do it right now. Absolutely. So if me traveling to this client works right now, it worked. Right. Until this get done, until that get done.
I think sometimes, and this is just something that I've realized as being an entrepreneur, like somebody will say, well, like whenever I first did some shirts or whatever, people were like, oh, just have it where they can, you know, just go online. Well, there might be a demographic that don't know how to do online using. So I might have to make some prints and
You gotta think a lot of
ready.
people that have like stuff like that, like, they probably older.
Right.
They don't know how to realize certain
So I think people don't understand that as entrepreneurs, sometimes we have to be versatile and not doing it a one way type of way of doing things.
Absolutely. You have
Like
to be
I even
able
see,
to
I saw something that you
adapt.
posted. You went to a client's house
Mhm.
and you did their hair at the house or whatever. And I know you've done that too, Jalen. So it's like, I know that as being entrepreneurs, we're looked at in a different light. Like, girl, like you just need to make sure that it's like, baby, but this is what's gonna pay the bills. This is what keeps the lights on.
Let's talk about
This
it.
is what gets
And
food
then
in my belly.
A lot of times they like to do the heavy on this was feeding me, because me being young and not having a whole lot of bills, I'm so sorry. Like just me being young and having so
And she got
no
mouths to
bills. It's
feed.
like, girl, I'm doing your hair for the money. I'm trying to save. I want this. I want that.
Right.
I don't have nothing else to really do.
How-
So when I say I want this, I want that.
How have y'all been able to deal with the people that try to lowball your value? How have you been able to deal with that as an entrepreneur?
I just dealt with that recently.
Okay.
Where
Are we? My bad. Are we talking about in the business, or are we talking about like because lowballing my business or lowballing me?
No, look, I ain't trying to go fully there, y'all, but I'm saying in the business, like people have tried to lowball value. I know we can go there and out, but I'm saying as far as with y'all's, because I'm promoting y'all, like within y'all's companies, how people have said, like, is the price or are you lowballing?
The price is the price, honey. The price is gonna be the price. It's gonna always be the price. Now, if you come and speak to me and say, "Hey, I really love your services, but I'm really on a budget and I really cannot afford it. But I would really love to figure out how can I get in your seat."
Okay.
Then we can negotiate.
Okay.
But when you come,
I love payment
like
plans.
a previous individual came and said, her baby needed the works. And she said the baby needs this, needs that. And I'm telling her, okay, well, this is what's going to work, in the consultation.
Okay.
And let's talk about the consultation too.
Okay.
And I'm telling her, hey, this is the price. And when I said the baby needed the works, the baby needed the works.
Okay.
And she said, well, that's so much. That's so much for a child. I say, well, this child needs a lot of work. I mean, this child needs a lot of adult work.
That's what I be saying. Children have adult hair. They be having hair longer than us.
And they probably be moving the most too.
And then you deal with kids are a lot.
And they don't understand that kids are going to cost you more because of what we have to deal with. Our back, we got to chase them.
Oh my
they
God,
might be sitting there. I mean, baby was sitting up in there like this, holding his head. And I got to bend over in the chair.
Do the most.
And do your baby's hair.
Yeah.
And you want me to charge you
less
than the price? No, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm standing on business about my price.
Standing on business.
I'm looking at you, looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. Like I ain't changing my price. The price is the price.
At first, I was doing the service exchanges, but I don't do those anymore. Yeah, we was. I mean, I don't do those anymore. But the price is the price, and the people who be trying to knock it, I guarantee we don't talk no more. And they double back things. They double back to try to book again. I just had one of them. We don't talk no more. And you was talking about how your hair looked and talking a bunch of yeah. Now you want to link. Now you want to start your locks.
Have y'all noticed that even just relationships with people have not been able to transpire to another level due to being entrepreneurs and people trying to, we're gonna just say devalue your
I'm going to say that it's levels to this entrepreneurs. It's levels to it. And when you learn and you get past that point and realize, hey, yeah, you my homie, yeah, you my friend.
Right.
When you get past that level and you know how to stand on business about it, like, hey, we cool, it's nothing personal.
Right.
But this is what it is.
And you have a lot of, you're not going to be your only entrepreneur friend or whatever. So you're going to meet other entrepreneurs. And when you notice they not doing or they don't take their business as serious as you do. Or they don't handle things how you do.
Because everybody is different. That's a good point.
I think we need to, we could chat with, it's nothing personal.
It's nothing
But when it
personal.
comes
It's
to
business.
business, we don't need to be talking because you're not
Do y'all
standing
have
on it.
do y'all have a lot of friends that are both personal and business?
I don't really have any friends.
I don't know about y'all, but somebody asked me that. They were like, "Do you have a?" I be like, "I be
once you
hustling."
get in this world, you really don't have any.
I'm gonna say that too. Like,
yeah,
some people fall off.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's
some people fall off because they can't understand and they can't relate.
And I agree.
Everybody
I
can't go
agree because
everywhere.
nothing against
It's seasonal.
anybody that works the regular 9 to 5, but like people that I've noticed my relationships with people that work the 9 to 5 and people that are entrepreneurial hours. Like, say for instance, I might be up at 1 or 2 because I'm over here trying to, get stuff together or whatever. My entrepreneur friends will be up and we can talk and stuff. Like we talk, I don't know, it was later, but it works because of just the lifestyle of what we do, whereas somebody else would be like, "Oh, I'm available at this time," and it's like at that time is probably when I'm sleeping,
and yes,
or I'm with a client.
9 times out of 10 during the day, somebody else has our attention. So
Yes,
it's like, and then for me, it's school. For you, it's probably your kids and clients. It's home and clients. It's like when nighttime fall, it's probably work or I'm going to sleep, babe.
Yeah,
It's
people don't realize it
actually matters.
The
I don't
want
to chat.
Like, everybody wants to be a boss until it's time to be a boss.
Come on, can we talk about it?
Everybody want to be a boss until it's time to be a boss. You a boss, right? But you don't know what these boss people doing. We up late.
Yes.
Completing our websites or fixing
editing,
something,
putting
sending out
content
memos,
together,
putting content together,
putting
content
editing,
together.
Being your own everything
Marketing
makes it harder.
Do you know how hard it is for bosses? We the assistant, we the janitor, we the social media marketing,
creator,
the therapist,
I
mean, it's a lot that goes into it. I think another thing is somebody was like, how do you date as an entrepreneur?
Excuse me. When you fall into like stuff like this, wait, you can do your man hair. Yes, you can do your man hair. But if y'all just chatting, yes, you have to pay for your retwist. You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying? Like
a lot of people get that. A lot of people get that missed. I had that messed up a few times.
What did you think is gonna happen, sir?
Maybe it's because I'm young.
Hold up. They thought being your client,
we talked. Okay, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
We was talking.
Y'all was talking.
You have to understand, this is my small
this is my
business.
livelihood.
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, I have a small business, y'all.
Right.
I buy my own newer lights.
Stop calling your business a small business.
Because it is.
It's big business over here.
You have to be
motivating each other right now.
I'm just motivating you. I'm just motivating you.
I'm saying
I'm just motivating you. But people don't realize what small business owners go through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I buy
everything
everything for myself. I stay in the house with my mom and my granny, and I guarantee you, they not buying my lights. They not buying that lock gel because it costs too damn much.
Yeah.
That's why,
especially the good ones.
It's the good ones. And then a lot of, I don't even get them out the store no more, y'all. Order them from these little companies.
You got to.
But it don't even matter. It's like, I thought we had an understanding that I do everything for my business. So if you my bad, I'm sorry. If you're dealing with me and we talking, I thought you would, let me put some, at least pour into her. But no, you just trying to get your little hair done.
Yeah.
That's it. No, stink. I don't need that.
So people will try to talk to you just so they can get a service.
I hope that wasn't the case, but he still ain't got the service. So
that part.
It's still in my face.
It's crazy. I remember just somebody was saying to me, they're like, you just work a lot. You just work a lot. I said, well, my employee is one of one.
No, literally. Payroll came out on Friday and I had to pay myself. The check rolled in and it bounced. I don't know what you want me to say.
But that's why I was saying, stop calling your business a small business, because small business owners are bigger than the big businesses, the corporations.
Because you are really work.
Thank you. You are pouring into your business with your own money. You're not able to go and use a loan right now. You're not able to go and use other people's money at the moment. You're really using all of your money and your funds to pay your bills and everything.
And it's harder when you really just don't want to do none of that.
You just,
since locticians, like we just said, they don't have no school, they don't have none of that. I want a school.
And you've even done things as far as training other locticians.
That's what I want to school. People do classes. That's cool. That's cute.
Yes,
Don't
I'm
get
an
me wrong.
instructor.
It's cool. It's cute. But we do need somewhere. If that's what we're going to do, we're going to feed back into the culture. We're going to make it so it can, longevity wise, we need a school for it. And we do need a diploma. We need
Let's get it started here.
And get into that. It's just a lot that you have to go through.
It don't matter.
Like, as far as TDLR.
And I feel like I'm here for it. I feel like I'm here for it.
Well, look,
let's
guys.
go, girl. Let's talk about it.
In the cut with my twin, and we vibing.
Hey,
and we gonna do it.
Come on, lock
y'all.
school.
This is manifestation. Do y'all see sometimes situations? This is a good situationship, okay? Sometimes things, God has to align people to be connected. Do y'all see how y'all both are in the lanes of what y'all do best, but guess how much when together, how powerful y'all can be.
Absolutely.
Y'all both specialize in the same skill. And I think that's something that I really want our viewers to really hone in on is like, just because y'all are in the same line of things that y'all do doesn't mean y'all can't partner and do amazing things together.
I'm big on networking.
Networking, but also if you great and I'm great, it ain't gonna be nothing to be great together.
And I do want that. The little okay, I'm gonna just put the T out. This it's a narrative to this. It's a narrative to this.
Yeah.
We all remember Baps and the Page of Cab
favorite movie.
Cab Company.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I want what Halle Berry had.
Yeah.
Yes, you can get your hair done, and yes, you can get a plate at the same time.
Girl, I'm talking about it.
And yes, you can get your, and since retwists are like low maintenance and stuff, it's like such a low percentage of cross contamination. So I feel like it would work out. And I want a barber. And I want another loctician. Because I'm going to be in the kitchen, babe. I can't retwist nothing.
I know that's right. I love that. You know, I didn't even tell you that, but that's one of my favorite movies.
It is.
Because the reason why is because one thing that I realized, again, how much they didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
They came from nothing. They didn't have nothing. And what they did is they believed in each other.
They was hungry.
They was both hungry. And the reason why I feel like I've done successful as being an entrepreneur is because I'm around other hungry, hustling entrepreneurs. Everybody is in the game of like, I'm hungry, you hungry, let's eat, you know? And so we might have to do a partnership to make sure we eat good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Eat us a good Thanksgiving meal. But the thing is, a lot of people assume like, well, this is mine and I'm gonna focus on this.
Yeah, a lot of people
keep focusing on that, because how far is that gonna take you?
You're gonna need me one day.
And it's not even a need standpoint, is we're greater together. I realized this going through breast cancer. There is no I. Every time, if y'all ever see an I, whenever I write out my words, you're going to always see it lowercase, because I am nothing without my team. I am nothing without my tribe. I am nothing without my community. I am nothing without the people that support me. Absolutely. As much as people can sit here and say, I can do it all by myself. You do it all by yourself and tell me how that works out for you. Yeah. I've did that another lifetime and I don't want to do it this time.
Absolutely, because it gets ghetto. I'm going to be real with y'all. Yeah, all these people who want to be self-made, yes, beautiful thing. But when you get to a certain level, you have to have a team to help you.
Right.
It takes a village.
It really does. And I tell people all the time, it takes a village to raise a child. So what, when once a child becomes an adult, will the village just go? No. We still have to continuously support one another. We still have to, that's why I'm still connected to my students that I'm already been done to.
And kudos to you.
Thank you.
Seriously. Because you became those individuals' village.
Yeah. Because I see so much of myself in them. Like being a person that was told, you got to learn disability, that you can't amount to this, that you can't do this, you can't do that. And when I look at my students and they say like, nah, I can't do this, I can't, I'm like,
it's possible.
Look,
it's possible.
This is I can't.
This is possible.
That made a I can. And if I can do it,
absolutely,
baby,
I can relate.
You gonna do it right with me. If I gotta push you, if I gotta pull you, if I gotta drag you. Because the thing is, the reason why I also became a professor is because I wanted, everybody looks up to superheroes. Yeah. And so look, let me fix my wig because my baby told me I gotta fix my wig. But everybody has superheroes that they look up to. Well, I knew that a lot of the people that were coming to school, somebody probably told them the same thing they told me. Why are you going to that school? You ain't even smart enough. Like, you barely got your high school diploma. And so I'm that person that says, hey, babe, right here. Me too.
Yeah, please do.
Me too. They said I would never be this. Look at me.
Absolutely.
And don't focus on what they're saying. Look at me and let's do this. Let's walk through this together. And I feel like that's how my favorite scripture is John 15:5, because I feel like that's how the Holy Spirit is with me. The Holy Spirit is with me like that. 100% of you can't focus on what the distractions that the enemy is trying to put in your head and all that kind of stuff. You got to focus, have tunnel vision on what's your next. And I think as entrepreneurs, one thing that I really want people to understand is people are not going to see the vision that you have got in your mind. It's not for you to keep explaining. Stop speaking and letting everybody know, hey, what I'm trying to do. Show them.
Absolutely, show them.
Show them better than you can tell them. My own family didn't ever really. I used to always say, I'm gonna have my own show. I'm gonna do. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be big. Look at me. I manifested what I wanted, and it's still, despite the fact that she ain't in my classroom, that she here, I'm still teaching her. Maybe you could do all things.
Absolutely.
Through Christ, which strengthens you. Look at me.
I can relate. It's the same thing with me when having 5 kids. Nobody thought I can do it. Nobody 5, honey. Nobody thought I can do it. Nobody thought that it was gonna happen. People thought that it was unrealistic.
So talk to that mom right now that's a mompreneur
Mama,
and say,
you can do it. I had 5 babies and they are back to back. It can happen. You just got to stay tunnel vision. If this is what you want, keep going, keep chasing it. They have so many resources, so many avenues for moms, for single moms. It can happen. Don't give up. I know them babies looking up to you. It can happen. I am a product of this. 5 kids, business owner. I've been in this game for 17 years. I have been a business owner for about 5 years. It can happen. Yeah. It ain't gonna be easy because ain't nothing easy. Ain't that shit part. Easy and ain't shit free in this world. You're gonna have to work.
Yeah.
Do it.
So those studentpreneurs that are sitting there and they say, I need a certain amount of money to get started, do this or whatever. Jalen.
They say it's all.
Tell them.
They say it's all free. Posting content is free. A repost is free. Man, just you can do in the beginning. You can't work for free because in the beginning it's about being a student. You have to teach yourself. So if you got to sit down, you got to do your mama hair, or you got to do your brother hair, or if hair is not what you want to do, and you want to make bread like me, go make you some bread. Or you know what I'm saying? Like you have to find stuff that's gonna always feed back into what you gonna that's gonna always feed back into what you want. Because it's a lot of stuff that can add to it. You don't just have to wait and sit around like it's just gonna come to you. Like she said, you gotta work. But sit around like the goal is just gonna be sitting in front of your face.
It's okay if you ain't gotta
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that contributes to this. You might have to work on your mind. You don't have it yet because you're not ready for it.
Right.
So work on your mind. Work on your craft. Do all of that. Constantly. It's all free. Right. I promise. It's all free. And it's all gonna pay off.
Well, you guys, I just want to thank y'all so much for taking the time to just come on to It's Whitney Rae's Crown Chat show. I know that we didn't get to fully get all up into it, but I feel like when y'all start that school and all that, we're going to have a part 2 to this. I just really appreciate y'all investing in yourselves. Not only that, because y'all came on here and this is also promoting your company, but it's also taking time out of not doing your craft. So thank you so much for y'all's time. I want y'all to come back, and I appreciate y'all so dearly.
We appreciate
you.
And I know it's Valentine's month, right? The month of Valentine's and showing love. But I just, to pour love into y'all, it's always me caring about y'all's mental, me caring about your emotions. Like, I'm the weird friend that is like, how is your mental going right now? How are you? Because I don't know. I feel like I get a ding from God, and God says, hey, check on so and so. And I do it, and it be the right time. And y'all always are like, you were just so intentional.
I did that to Madison.
Really?
I just did that to Madison.
Madison, hey, we there
love
for
you.
We love you. But you guys, that's it. Make sure that y'all subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about It's Whitney Rae's Crown Chat Show. And go ahead and make sure y'all follow my people. I don't have my people come on here just to have them just to come on here. Okay.
Absolutely.
It's to follow, it's to subscribe to their stuff, it's to book an appointment and not try to get a discount. It's to really pour into. So I love y'all. This is the finale for season 1. You guys, can y'all just do a woo? I did it! I can't believe it.
It's over that fast?
I know, it's my season 1.
It's an honor.
It's an honor. Season 2, we coming for you. Cut.